Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to our beloved lecturer, Madam Nurul Ain. Today, I and my friends will present about halal control activities. Before we go through, I will tell a little bit about halal logistics. Halal logistics or halal supply chain is the process of managing the movement and handling of halal goods, whether it is raw material, semi-finished or finished product. It is important to protect halal integrity in halal logistics because we want a consumer to consume the halal and safe product. The increasing demand for the halal product not only in Muslim countries but also non-Muslim countries. So we will go through how in non-Muslim countries handle halal control activities. So the first one is the warehouse. A warehouse is a building for storing goods. Warehouse activities have three. The first one is receiving and put away. For these activities, they do activities of separate between the halal and non-halal product in a different route to avoid halal issues and contamination. Furthermore, if the halal goods already are there and not ready to present, it must label as halal supply chain. Also, if the halal goods have been rejected, it must label as rejected and move to a quarantine or isolation area for further inspection.
Thank you, Nur Fatiha, for your explanation. My name is Nurdina binti Zuna Abidin. I will present about storage and order picking. So, the term storage may refer to storage building, which means the warehouse, where the stock and the inventory keep. So, in the storage, there shall not be mixing of halal and non-halal and it should be separated pallet or loaded carrier. Halal products have a dedicated storage floor area or racks. No mixing between halal and haram product in the same cool room, which means storage for the cool room have to separate between halal and non-halal products. So there will be not have any contamination between halal and haram. The process of locating or finding product from a warehouse in order to fulfill customer order is known as order picking. Since the order picking process is a little bit pricey and can affect the customer satisfaction, a growing number of improvements have been proposed to assist business with this supply chain issue, which means the order picking also can help business to grow, which mean when you have a more customer, so you will gain a more profit from your customer. So in order to satisfy your customer, you have to give more and give a good service. So order picking is one of the good service in logistics. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Iman Khadijah binti Nur Aris. So I would like to present my part, which is transportation. For the cleaning, as bulk transport is in direct contact with the container or transport vehicle, the container or transport needs to be dedicated for halal or ritually cleansed before use. Ritual cleansing is also critical for wet environments. For non-Muslim country, cleaning according to prevailing hygiene standards in case of an earlier non-halal or unknown previous shipment for bulk and refrigerated transport. Next, for loading or stuffing, the loading or stuffing is the critical area in halal transportation. In the transportation of halal goods, it is important that the transport is clean before it is being stuffed or loaded. For non-Muslim country, no mixing of halal and non-halal products. Besides that, no mixings of halal and non-halal products on one pallet or load carrier. No mixings of halal and haram products in a refrigerated container or transport. So that's all for me. I'll pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Documentation. Documentation in logistic means that if your company wants to export its product or run the business outside of the country, it would need some logistic paperwork. So in this logistic paperwork, it will include some letters of inquiries, some freight bills, loading bills, some invoices, and certificates of origins. So for non-Muslim countries, the halal control would be to label the goods as halal supply chain, and if it is not already marked or coded in the freight documents.
For terminal section, firstly, I will explain about inspection. As we know, inspection means checking on something, either it is correct or legal. So, inspection is a very important part at terminal operation. Okay, mostly in non-Muslim countries, they find it difficult to specialize in halal areas, especially for inspection. But there are also non-Muslim countries that already specialize at the designated inspection areas specifically for halal goods.
Consolidation. Consolidation in logistics is the act of combining many smaller containers into one full container by a carrier or shipping firm. In the case of a carrier, it aids in reducing the shipping costs and expedited transfer of merchandise. So for non-Muslim countries, um, consolidation of goods should be following the transportation guidelines.
Now, I will explain about livestock holding. As we know, livestock is a farm animals which is cows, chickens, and horse. So, terminal is a very important part for livestock transfer point. It is also important for the terminal to separate the halal and non-halal animals at the different areas. And for non-Muslim countries, it is vital things for them to know that there must not any mixing of halal and non-halal livestock in the holding yards.
In conclusion, implement halal control activities, whether in non-Muslim countries or Muslim countries, is important to protect halal integrity in logistics for business purposes, also for the safety of consumer. That's all from us. Thank you.